Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Esperanza, and we are now on our last week of our Math 203 curriculum. Last week was confidence interval. This week, it's going to be hypothesis testing, which is basically the final exam project that you're going to be working on after week number 12. So for the hypothesis testing, we have hypothesis test for proportion and hypothesis test for the mean. And I'm pretty sure that you know the difference between the two of them, and that is what you need to think about, especially when you start collecting your data for your project. And I just want to remind you to take notes from the videos that I am giving you, because the hypothesis test procedure that we're going to be learning is important, because that is how you're going to work with your final exam written, or the written part of your final exam. You need to make sure that you are understanding that inferential statistics is a marriage of your writing skill and your math skill, and you need to make sure that you are combining them together to be able to write a scientific or mathematical approach on how to choose or decide about which claim to use based on your data set. And to give you a better understanding of what you're supposed to be collecting, here is what I want you to think about once you start collecting your data set. Some of you already started collecting their survey data from SurveyMonkey. Make sure that you are aware that SurveyMonkey is only allowing you to get the 40 survey or 40 samples from your forms. And if you want to collect more, which is basically you need to do, because the minimum number of samples that you need to have for our final exam is 60. So you are going to be sending you're going to post your link twice, so that you'll collect the first 40 and then the next batch to complete the minimum number of survey that you need for the final exam. Of course, you are allowed to get more sample survey if you need to, and this is basically what I expect from your final project. We have the written part and we have the video presentation, and make sure that when you're working on the written part, you are writing your hypothesis test procedure in the context of your experiment, as opposed to writing out conclusion or interpretation in a generic manner. So make sure that you are going to use words that's connected to what you are presenting or to what you are experimenting on, so as to get the full credit for that written part. And for the video presentation, the minimum is 2 minutes. If you go over, it's okay, but this is basically what I'm looking for in your video presentation. You need to make sure that you are explaining your hypothesis test procedure clearly, and you can also talk about the challenges that you experienced in collecting your data. And I'm also interested to find out why you chose that particular topic in our final exam project. And the grading for your final project is quite simple. Video presentation is 10 points, hypothesis test is 10 points, your reflection is 5 points, a total of 25 points, which is similar to the midterm test. That's why the final exam project should be easier, because basically you're going to do a repeat of what you did for your midterm exam. So this is what you have to think about after week number 12, which is this week, and you have 2 or 3 weeks to work on our final project, so that by December, I believe December 12th was the deadline that I set, you're all ready, and you don't need to think about stats anymore, and you can focus on your other courses for that final exam week. And that's it for me for week number 12. And thank you again for listening. And I hope that you completed the video announcement from start to finish. And again, this is Dr. Esperanza, and see you again next week. Bye!